Your court television news starting now.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to a Monday Labor Day weekend / court news update. End of the weekend, end of the holiday. And I want to say thank you for joining me this evening. Today is obviously September the 4th. It is the last day of the holiday weekend. As a matter of fact, today is the actual holiday of Labor Day for some of those that did not know. And I actually learned something earlier today in the members only live stream that we had a few hours ago, that in Canada, they also celebrate Labor Day. So happy Labor Day to my Canadian friends. Let's see here. What we are going to be doing today, my friends, is we are going to be just going over one thing today. So I'll just say it right now. It's probably going to be one of our shorter court update type of shows. Usually we do about a 3 to 4 hour show. Being that we're just covering one individual today and a couple of others, we'll be discussing, I would say it's probably going to be one of our shorter shows. So again, thank you for joining me this evening. I know you could be doing a lot of other things. You can be spending the last of your holiday watching some Netflix, watching some of the other tubes, but I appreciate you being here. All right. So we're going to get right into it. I want to say hi to everybody. Let me just kind of get settled in really quick. Let me get my chat up on my phone, and then we're going to get straight right into what the title said. That's exactly who we're going to be discussing tonight. We're going to be discussing a few things as far as in relation to this individual. And for those of you that are wondering, well, why are we even discussing this? The reason is this is something that's just came up. It is breaking news, essentially, because a lot of people aren't even aware of who this individual is and who they're even tied into. But most importantly, this was an individual that a lot of people had reached out to the channel and wanted coverage on this. And as I've always said, if it's something that the viewers want, the channel will give it to them. Okay. So that is where we're going with this. Now, is there a court case coming up with this individual? Yeah, I'm pretty damn sure there is. Are we going to be covering it? I don't know yet. We're just going to get right into it tonight, and we'll go from there, okay? Now, do we have a court case coming up on the September 11th that we are going to be covering live? Yeah. Am I going to tell you today? Probably not. But you will know eventually. You're going to know before I leave, obviously, because I got to do a fundraiser. I need to beg for some gas money. It's going to cost a little bit of gas money to get there. So technically, if I'm going to e-beg, I got to tell you where I'm going, right? So I'll leave that for another night. We'll make that a fundraiser night. But yes, NJCourts and the channel will be heading out at the end of this week, traveling to destination unknown until we have that fundraiser. But I will let you guys know. By the end of the week, you are going to know exactly where we'll be providing court coverage from on Monday. That is September 11th, right? Look at my calendar. 3, actually, Bridget. We've got Controlla, we've got Ski Mask, and we've got Sunny IRL. So 3 on September 11th, excuse me. Okay, so let me just check out my calendar here really quick, just to double check. Yeah, that is Monday. Okay, so just wanted to make sure I was on the same page. Hey, everybody, welcome. So let me just kind of get the chat here set up. That way I can say hi to everybody. And just kind of giving a little bit of time for people to kind of come in. I know some of the notifications sometimes go out late. But hey, I want to say thank you. I already see our first mod in the house. Welcome, Super Roofer, and welcome to my other mods. Oh, no, I see you also in the house. Welcome, Bahati. Welcome, Cesar. Welcome, Acid Face. Messy Me. Dawson, welcome. Dawson is one of our newest mods to the mod squad. So welcome, Dawson, and thank you for being here. Bridget, welcome. All right. Shell97, hello, hello. Hey, Gene. Hey, Cool Gamer. Mama of 2 girls, welcome. Kelval, good to see you. Lisa, good to see you. Mary J, good to see you. Talent Guy TV, welcome. Any news on Controlla? Well, we just know that she's got her date coming up on 9/11, and supposedly she's got a new lawyer she's been bragging about, so we will have to wait and see. But if you didn't catch the last court coverage, it's up. So if you need to hear the transcript, it is available. Let's see here, going down the line. And I apologize if I missed you. Hobby Hater, what's up, my friend? Good to see you. CC, welcome. Going to see you again. All right. Yes, back to professional NJ. Welcome, Bahati. Yes, so for some of you wondering why we're talking about before, well, we had a members-only stream about 3 or 4 hours ago. We had a little cooking tutorial, I guess you could say. I'd say it was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun with all y'all. And for some of the members of the jury that may have just had a chance not to catch that, it is available as a replay only to the members of the jury. So whenever you want to have a chance to check it out, if you want to see it, if you want to learn how to make a chili relleno, New Mexican style, and also in a 2-hour tutorial, yes, 2 hours to make two beautiful chili rellenos, all right? But hey, it got done. And I want to say thank you to everybody that donated during that stream. I had a lot of fun with you guys with the TTS donations. Ha, 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 ha. No, I'm just kidding. It was a lot of fun. So thank you guys for all your support. I really appreciate it. Okay, so we've got hellos done. Let's see here. We can talk a little bit about e-begging. It is a TV court show, But no, in all reality, if you do want to support the channel, and most importantly, because we got this court coverage coming up on September 11th, it would much be appreciated. All donations go 100% back to the channel. So if you'd like to support the channel, there's a few different ways. We've got PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, even Bitcoin. Yes, NJCourts channel accepts Bitcoin now. Oh, and don't forget, we've got YouTube Super Chats. We don't have TTS right now. So I know we had it on earlier, but no TTS during the court show because we're on a different streaming program that I haven't figured out yet if I can implement the TTS into this yet. Maybe I can. We'll get there sometime. But anyways, all donations, again, are appreciated. And again, without your guys' support, this channel wouldn't be here, clearly. All right. So let's get into it, shall we? All right, let me just take a little sip of my Gatorade here, and then we're going to get into it, I promise. Sorry, that was more like a chug. Yeah, your boy was dehydrated. All right. So I don't know why I brought this out. This is useless. Toss that to the side. Did you guys see some of the decorations here? Yeah, getting a little fancy, huh? I think this is what the cool streamers do, right? They're supposed to have like a little background and stuff, give a little like history and stuff of what they do and shit. So yeah, I got some of the hats out. Some of you already recognize some of our other prop hats here. But if you've noticed, we've got some new ones, the bucket hats. So if you didn't join us on our adventure to the capital of Chili World, Green Chili World, that is. That was the Chili Festival. We did a live IRL from there on Saturday, and if you want to catch it because you didn't see it, hey, it's up. It's a replay. Check it out. But either way, check this out. We scored this over there. Yes, this is bucket hat number 1. This is the Joker bucket hat. Look at that. Look at that. Oh yes. Oh yes. It's crazy. It's Joker style all over, man. Joker everywhere. And then, let's put this back. There we go. And then my favorite hat of all hats right now. Gotta rep the Zia, baby. So we've got the Zia bucket now. Put that back. And then if you point your direction or your eyes towards this corner here, you notice we have a dream catcher now. This dream catcher here is to protect us, okay? This dream catcher is to protect us from all the nasty, bad people out on the internet that are saying all these lies and bad things about NJCourts. Yes. And I call it Ski Mask meets Hangover the movie. All right, so let's get this show started. You guys ready? Give me a second and we'll get it started. I promise. I promise. Everybody's like, come on, NJ, enough with all this. You're killing us. Yeah, well, you know how I roll, All right, give me a second, and we're gonna get I got everything queued up. We're gonna roll it, okay? All right, you guys ready? You guys ready to go down this fucking rabbit hole? And it's shitty. I'm going to give you guys right now a huge trigger warning. I'll tell you right now up front, I am not going to be reading or going into a lot of details of some of this case. And it's for reasons that I'm not even going to tell you. You'll probably figure out. But I will say this. It is public information. It is available. Hell, the news station already picked it up. One of the local news stations in Florida. So, if you do want to get all those details, I just want you to know they are available. Just do your homework, do your research, and I'm sure you can figure it out. But what we will discuss today are facts. Pretty much stuff that I have. I will say this. There's a lot of different allegations going on with this individual and another individual that they were pretty much, involved with. There's a lot of hearsay things. And again, these things could be very well true or they could be very well not true. Okay. At this point, though, and like many well of you are aware and know of, this channel just uses straight facts and evidence, when we're discussing these individuals. You've seen it. We pull public records. I mean, generally, that's all we're referring to is public records all the time. Stuff that you can look up yourself. If you don't believe me, you think I just made up this public record, hey, you have the right to look it up yourself, okay? And that's the reason why I use that information whenever we're discussing these individuals because, hey, people make up shit all the time, all right? But if it's something that you can see with your own eyes, you know what I mean? I don't think you can make that up. All right, so let me go down here. Okay, so let me just clear up my phone here. All right, sweet. Let me get back over to chat. All right, so what we're going to do today to kind of explain this individual and situation is a few things. All right. I'll give you kind of obviously a little background story and who we're talking about. We're going to go over a police report, again, public information that has to do with the most recent arrest of this individual. As a matter of fact, this individual is currently, unless I heard differently, this individual is currently incarcerated in jail right now on a no release bond. Okay. No bond. So they're not going anywhere. Okay. Probably not until they see a judge. And if then the judge may not issue out a bond. We'll have to see. It's like I said, a lot of this stuff is going to be new to me. All right. I had to do a little research. As a matter of fact, I wasn't really aware of this whole situation until it was brought up by some of the viewers that reached out to me. Again, thank you for doing that. Okay. So what I can tell you is this. If this is something that this channel is going to pursue, if this is something the viewers want to pursue as far as more court coverage on, then I will be more than happy to pull the records, through FOIA requests and get some more information, so that we're not, talking about allegations and we can straighten out a lot of this, stuff that's going around right now. Okay. So just keep that in mind. All right. So who the fuck are we talking about? All right. So we're talking about a character by the name of Jimmy. This is the YouTube name. Now, this individual's real name is James Leonard Ward. All right. Again, public information, and you're going to see that here in the police report. But this individual goes by the name of Jimmy. All right. Jimmy is his YouTube name. Now, some of you say, well, who the fuck is Jimmy? All right. No, this is not Jimmy the Hobo. Now, we have covered a gentleman by the name of Jimmy the Hobo, but this is not the same individual, okay? This is a different Jimmy, all right? This is an individual that's associated or essentially was collaborating, or I guess you was titled as an assistant to Elisa Jordana. Some of you may know who that name is, okay? Elisa is a streamer. She's currently streaming on YouTube. She's, I guess, kind of claiming the IP2 status or, streaming essentially to the IP2 community or where she's hailing from. She pretty much got her start, I would say. Now, she's got a lot of history, okay? That's another rabbit hole you can go down to. But just to kind of give you a start most recently and where I was introduced into this individual was when they pretty much came on when they met somehow. Well, not somehow, they were pretty much came on with the whole what's his face, Captain Content and that shit show. Okay. Pretty much Elisa Jordana, and I don't even know if she's currently is. Maybe some of you in the chat can help me out with this. But at the time, when she met Captain Content, it was when he was pretty much had kidnapped Andy Dick. You guys remember that shit show? Now, granted, it was a lot of content. Okay. I'm not going to say it was not. But surely you can see what was going on. You just had some fucked up, drug addicted Andy Dick that was pretty much just, laid out in this dude's RV getting free drugs and alcohol while, they used him for content. You know what I mean? So he is an adult. So I guess he wasn't held on his own will, but, that could be, a lot of people have different other versions. But anywho, let's get back to the business, right? So Elisa Jordana essentially was Andy Dick's fiance. I don't even know how many years she's been engaged to Andy Dick, right? And this was a strange engagement, at least in my opinion. From what I saw, I never saw any type of physical, maybe little hand touching and holding, but clearly it looked like these people hadn't even had sex, let's just put it that way. All right. And it doesn't mean you have to when you're engaged. Some people wait till marriage. But I'm just saying it didn't seem like they were physically and even emotionally tied into each other, all right, is all I got to say. Again, that's neither here nor there. Just giving an introduction as to who Elisa Jordana is. Now, the reason, again, I'm bringing up Elisa Jordana is because this individual that we're going to be discussing tonight, Jimmy, okay, a.k.a. James Ward, he technically was considered an assistant. Now, he probably is no longer. Again, I'm not sure what goes on with her and him. That's between them. But at the time that I know that this individual was arrested, I'm pretty sure he was still an assistant to Elisa Jordana. And as a matter of fact, Jimmy, as far as what I've known, now, again, I also know about the whole Kermit the Frog story, which I'm not going to go into. And, I will just say this, that what I mean by that is Elisa Jordana not only has a new YouTube channel that she kind of just came out with where she does her live streams now. And that's something she's doing out down in Florida. But before that, I guess before she even met Captain Content, she had her own channel or podcast called Kermit and Friends, okay, which is another rabbit hole you can go down to. All right. So this individual has, obviously a lot of history with the YouTube platform. But as far as when I was introduced to them, that's where I'm kind of giving you my personal story. Okay. So she, I believe, is the one that introduced Jimmy essentially onto her stream. Okay. And she introduced him as a character. And again, as an assistant is what I had seen. Okay. And maybe I got that wrong. All right. But that's not really important, okay? Just giving you a little background as to far as who these people are, all right? So, going down the line, this individual, Jimmy, has been hanging around with Elisa. They were doing content together, okay? They were streaming down in the state of Florida. A lot of people can even say it's not even real IRL. Again, to each their own, okay? I'm not here to even discuss that, okay? Either way, they were both down in Florida as two individuals making content with each other. All right? Were they friends? I don't know. Business partners? I would say so. Anything else more? Who knows? All right? But that is an introduction as to who Jimmy is, where he came from, and, essentially how he was introduced into this kind of whole YouTube community, I guess you can say, especially the IP2 community, okay? So what has Jimmy done? Why is Jimmy now in the spotlight, all right? Easiest way to just do this is just to play you the next clip, all right? So enough of me talking. Let's just get to this clip. If you're still a little kind of confused, don't worry. We're going to explain a little bit more, but I think the best way to introduce this individual is just to play the news clip. Now, what started as kind of a story through the, YouTube streets and, the IP2 community forum, has now gone into the spotlight of, national news. All right. And some other agencies, let's just put it that way, other than the police, local police agency. And you're going to learn a lot of that in this clip. All right. So let's just roll with it here. And again, trigger warning. It is a news clip, so they're not going to say anything that's obviously they wouldn't play on a news station, but it still is some pretty nasty graphic content they're going to be talking about. All right, I already got this queued up here. Just give me a second to add it to the stream.
And allegedly wrote a manifesto detailing.
Now, before you guys start with, oh, we can't see it very well, that's for a reason, okay? If you understand why, you understand why. What's important here is just what they're saying, okay? Not how they look. But the reason they're a little bit blurry-ish and why I left it like that is for a reason. Here we go.
A man who allegedly wrote a manifesto detailing dozens of sex crimes that spanned 4 decades turns himself in to Stewart Police. Tara Jakeway joins us live after talking with the police chief today about the crimes and this unusual turn of events. Tara?
Well, Todd, that is a 24-page, heavily redacted, as you can see, manifesto I have here in my hand right here that police chief here in Stewart called horrific. He said that serial sex offender turned himself in to Stewart PD on Saturday.
The events over the course of 30 years that this individual was involved in were deranged, horrific, psychotic. I've never read anything like that in my career before.
This is that individual, 61-year-old James Ward Nichols. Police say he handed that manifesto to the responding officer after calling Stewart PD from his car in a nearby parking lot, saying he wanted to confess to multiple crimes.
On his own will, he opened up the laptop and told the officer to click the specific file on the computer, and sure enough, there was child pornography.
Nichols was immediately taken into custody, processed at the Martin County Jail, and charged with possession of child pornography.
What he told in his own admission was that he's tired of running from his crimes. He had a coming to Jesus moment and wanted to turn himself in.
According to the manifesto, those crimes took place across numerous states. But Nichols chose to surrender in Stewart, where he has family ties, and admitted to a lewd and lascivious act in that very parking lot back in 2015.
All of a sudden, he shows up on my doorstep and admits all of this stuff to nationwide criminal acts.
Acts that date back to 1979 and are now under the investigation of federal authorities. Now, the chief tells me that just this morning, while in custody, Nichols was charged with that 2015 act, formally charged. The Stewart Police Department, though, does believe that there may be more victims of Nichols out there, and they are asking that they come forward. Live in Stewart, Tara Jakeway, WPBF 25 News.
All right, like I said, probably just the best way to give you the, a summary of what went on with this individual. So I hope that kind of helped answer a lot of questions. I think it was, let's see here, Doug Fife was asking her. I saw one of your questions was, do you know why he confessed? Again, we don't know if that was the real reason, but according to the news, according to the police chief, it sounded like he just had, like what they said, a come to Jesus moment, felt kind of bad for what they did, and rightfully they should. Let me just put it this way. So like you heard, what this individual did, Jimmy, was they essentially wrote out a manifesto. I believe they said, like a 54-page manifesto. And this was Jimmy. Jimmy wrote this out, okay? 54 pages of this individual, like you heard them say, listing pretty much, maybe they even forgot. That's just disgusting. I'll just tell you that, and I don't care, but just the memory to have to go back 30 years and write down all that shit. 50-some pages. Could you imagine just the shit? And this manifesto, like I said, is public information. There's been a few channels that have actually read some of the pages from this manifesto. As a matter of fact, I'll give you a link kind of towards the end of the show to a panel show that I personally listened to a bit and learned quite a bit more information from this. Again, I will give you a trigger warning because they get pretty detailed in that show. But like I said, if you want to get more information about what was in that manifesto, you certainly can find it. I already saw in chat some people discussing what was in there. 24, not 54, 24, excuse me. Again, thank you, chat, for correcting me. 24 pages. I was going to say, well, that's still fucking a lot, all right? So, there's, and I already saw in chat some people that I'd already probably seen some of these panel shows and know what was in that manifesto. And yeah, there was a lot of disgusting shit, stuff that have to do with animals. I don't even want to get into it. Like I said, it's fucking disgusting. Okay. This individual is a serial, according to what the police are saying. And we're going to read. So, and then hold on, so that I don't confuse you, let me just end it on this. This person's a serial fucking pedo, okay? No doubt about that, all right? And they're probably facing some serious trouble. And I'm glad that they did the right thing by turning themselves in. That they did. But they do need to pay for what they did. And I hope, like they said, if there's victims that are out there, that they start coming out. And it's going to be really shitty because it's probably going to be a lot of trauma for a lot of people, especially if you're saying this has been dated back from 1979, 30 years going back. Man. But anyways, what happened, if you didn't catch it in that clip, is this individual essentially turned themselves in. They went to a Walmart parking lot, okay, parked their car, called the cops, and said, "Hey, I think I think there's a conversation that they had with the police, and I don't know exactly what they said, but the police were dispatched, okay, to Walmart. And what I do have here, and what I'm going to read with you, is the police report from that. So we're going to find out exactly what happened that day when the police arrived, essentially to hear what Jimmy had to say, to, I guess, turn in his manifesto to them. And what you kind of heard towards the end, and some people might not have picked it up. Hey, what's up, Candy Kiss? Is that he actually told the police, and it's going to be in the report. He told the police about pretty much an incident, okay, that he had in that same Walmart, okay, and that was in 2015, all right, and there was some other things that he pointed out to the police that caused them to immediately arrest him on the spot, okay, and to hold him in jail with no bond. Super Roofer. Yeah, no, absolutely. Like I said, it sounds just based on, I've just been reading chat while that clip was going. Sounds like there's a lot of interest in this. And, if this is going to be something we're going to start coverage on, because no doubt this individual is obviously going to have court cases coming up, and probably a lot of them, that we're probably going to get into this coverage, add it to the list. And with that being said, we're going to have to provide more information about this. So, yeah, the FOIA request for the body cam footage would be pretty interesting. Absolutely. Yeah, I agree with you, the loser. Oh, thank God. Because I'll tell you this, and this is my personal opinion. When I did watch this individual and just their collaborations on stream with Elisa, I don't know. I just the way they talked, and they had brought up some stories, and this is prior to me knowing about all this. I had already sensed that there was just something odd or awkward going on with this person. And it's not because I just, was like, oh, no, look at, no. This wasn't just I think, or I look. No. This person had actually had told their own stories, essentially. And those stories are what just kind of got me to think that, yeah, I this person's definitely got some skeletons in the closet. And it looks like they sure did. All right. And it was bad. It's bad. So, loser, I agree. I am fucking glad that this person did the right thing and turned themselves in, because they're fucking sicko and they need help. All right. So, Let's jump into some of the information I have. I guess just from what we've listened to, let's just jump into the police report. We'll start from there. And Julia's saying apparently 2 people are missing too. See, I'm learning. See, that's new to me. See, a lot of this stuff is new here. So I'm sorry. Let me pause this here. So let me just show you what I have here. Okay. We'll just the police report is at the end here. So what I did is I just compiled some information that was a lot of this was sent to me. So thank you again for those individuals that sent this information to me. This right here is a post from the Stewart Police Department. Okay. And it's a post they made that's showing arrested. Looks like they probably do a post of people they arrest is where this came from. And it shows on Saturday, 8/26/2023, the Stewart Police Department arrested James Leonard Ward Nichols. So I want to also make a correction here. When I was reading out the full name of Jimmy, or this individual known as Jimmy, that's their internet persona or what they go by on YouTube. I said their name was James Leonard Ward, as in Ward was the last name. I was incorrect. The last name is Nichols. So the full name is James Leonard Ward Nichols. Okay, just as you read here. It shows his date of birth for possession of child pornography. Okay. Let's jump to the next clip. All right. So this right here is going to be one of the pages of the arrest record. So, just has some of the basic information that you see. Oh, wait, this is the one here. Now, this is so I don't know where some of this information came from. Somebody just kind of messed with it. I had 2 of them that were sent to me by accidentally. I loaded up the incorrect one. Now, why I say incorrect is if you notice towards where the name is, they have his height as 2 feet 10 inches. We obviously know that's incorrect. So, but at the bottom, that is what's correct on the police report. So you see right there the charge, and just like you saw in the earlier post, it says he was charged with, and this is just at this moment, okay? I am certain, based on what was in that manifesto, that there are going to be a lot more charges coming down on this individual. But the charge that's holding them right now in jail on a no bond hold is how it's referred to, is the possession or control view deception that's one of those words I just had trouble saying, depiction of child sex conduct. Okay. Let's continue on. And I apologize about that mix-up. Like I said, I've already read the record, and I know that bottom information is correct. Obviously, the height, I think that was just an edited versions that the person that sent to me, we didn't notice till we caught it. Okay, so let's go back here. Sorry if I missed. Okay, right there. I'm sorry about that. So this is the booking sheet right there. Just again, I'm just showing you everything that I had, Again, this is all public information that you have access to. All right, here we go. So, I know this is hard for you guys to read, so I'm going to read this for you, okay? Now, if you are on your mobile device or even your computer, you may want to go to full screen mode, and that's probably going to allow you to see that better. When I go to full screen mode, unfortunately, I think it mutes me. Let me just try really quick. Hold on. Yeah, I think I remember when I did the full screen mode, it does mute me. So just so that you know that it's here, I'll read off, I'm going to read this for you. But, if you can read it, you can read along with me. But for those that can't see it, again, public information you can access, but I will read it for you, okay? Again, this is the police report from the incident of when this individual was arrested just recently at the Walmart parking lot, okay? And yes, trigger warning. Thank you, Dawson. And any other mods for throwing that out. I appreciate that. Okay, so let me just jump over to where I have it here. All right, here we go. Actually, let me just take a sip of my drink really quick so I can clear my throat out. All right. Excuse me. All right, so here we go. Again, this is from the, August 26th incident. And I'm just going to read off exactly what it says in the report. On 8/26/2023 at 1:26 p.m., I responded to 4001 Southeast Federal Highway, Walmart, about a report of a male who wanted to turn himself into the police and confess to crimes that he had committed. The male stated that he was at the customer service desk at Walmart. Sorry. Let me get back to this. Officer Lopez, Gamble, Rice, and I arrived at Walmart and made contact with a tall, older white male wearing a blue shirt and khaki shorts. The male, later identified as James Ward, stated that he had committed a crime inside the Walmart on August 29th of 2015. So here's now where he's referring to that crime from 2015. Ward stated that while he was inside Walmart on August 29th of 2015, again, trigger warning, he pulled out his penis out of his pants and masturbated in front of several children. Based on the, I don't know how to pronounce this word. I'll just spell it out. Senility of the conversation, Ward was asked if he could come with us outside. I think they misspelled that. I think it's supposed to say sensitivity. So obviously they don't want him talking about this inside the store where people can hear. So Ward was asked if he could come with us outside where he could talk in a more discreet setting. Next paragraph. Once we were out of the store, I asked Officer Lopez to stand with Ward while I returned to my patrol vehicle to obtain any information about the alleged crime that Ward was trying to confess to. I called Stewart Police Dispatch to conduct a search of all calls from 8/29/2015 to see if anything matched the details above. Stewart Police Dispatch stated that they were able to locate a case, and there's the case number, that matched what Ward was describing. A copy of the case and supplement were emailed to my Stewart Police Department email for my review. I then asked Ward if he would come to the Stewart Police Department for further questioning. Ward responded with something like, "I was kind of expecting that." I then asked Ward again and reminded him that this would have been under his own free will and offered him a ride to the station. Ward agreed to be transported to the Stewart Police Department. Next paragraph. In accordance with Stewart Police Department policy, I conducted a pat-down for weapons of Ward before placing him in the back of my patrol vehicle. It should be noted that Ward was not handcuffed during the transportation to the Stewart Police Department. I put a green in a colored backpack and a piece of rolling luggage. Oh, okay, he's describing what, okay, I got it. I put a green in a colored backpack and a piece of rolling luggage into the back of my patrol vehicle and transported Ward to the Stewart Police Department. When Officer Lopez and I arrived at the Stewart Police Department, I escorted Ward into the Stewart Police Department via the back patrol division door. I had Ward sit in the patrol division interview room, and I sat down next to him at the desk. I explained to Ward that he was free to leave the interview anytime. I also confirmed with Ward that he was at the police department independently and that no one forced him to come here. Ward reiterated that he was there on his own accord and understood that he could leave anytime. Next paragraph. I then began reviewing the pintail report that was taken on 8/29/2015, so I would be familiar with what Ward was telling me. While I was reviewing the report, Ward, without being questioned or provoked, stated, "I don't," and then let me get to the second one. Hold on. This is the second page coming up. Okay. I'll read this with you here. Okay. So where I ended was, without being questioned or provoked, Ward stated, "I don't know if this matters, but part of my confession says that on my laptops is a whole bunch of child pornography on the laptops that are in your car." Ward said he sent an email to Sergeant Reddick of TC Palm and several other news outlets. Okay, so he sent an email to Sergeant Reddick, TC Palm, which is a news outlet, and other news outlets. This was later confirmed by Detective Sergeant Duran. Ward wrote a 24-page confession detailing various sexual crimes dating back to 1979. Next paragraph. I then asked Ward if Officer Lopez would retrieve the laptops from my patrol vehicle and bring them into the interview room. Ward stated she could, or that's a misprint. Ward stated he could, so Ward stated that they could bring the laptops in, and Officer Lopez brought in a green backpack. Ward stated that the two laptops were in the front pouch. Ward initially asked for his reading glasses so he could send me the email that contained his typed confession. Officer Lopez retrieved the glasses from the backpack at Ward's request. Ward also gave specific consent for me to retrieve the laptops from the backpack. Next paragraph. Ward provided me with the password to the Toshiba Black laptop. Ward directed me to the file icon and then to a file labeled OMG. Within the file, there were several videos, GIFs, and still images showing various sexual pictures. I was able to identify at least two of the images. In the image, a child between the age of 1 to 2 years old with a male penis touching its tongue. I'm sorry, this is very disgusting, okay? So trigger warning. Fuck, this is gross. In the second image, the child is on the floor and appears to be crying with a male holding his penis. There were several other images that I saw, but it was not over clear the age of the person depicted. I then closed the laptop before reviewing the file any further for eventual application for a search warrant. Ward then gave me the password for a white Chromebook, but we were unable to access that laptop. Ward stated that he also has a storage unit in Topeka, Washington, that contains hard drives full of more child porn. Ward indicated that the key to the unit was in his bag and that there was a flash drive attached to the key containing more child porn. Next paragraph. After reviewing the above listed evidence, I told Ward that he was no longer free to leave, and I read him his Miranda warnings and secured him in the patrol interview room with a shackle around his ankle. During a post-Miranda interview, Ward stated that he downloads child pornography from various dark websites. Based on the facts stated above, I believe that probable cause exists to arrest Ward for violation of F.S.S. 827.071 5A. Ward knowingly possessed at least two images of children engaged in sexual acts. Your client requests that Ward be held without bond until his first appearance. There will be further investigation into the original lewd and lascivious act confession, and Ward also confessed in 24-page confession where he states he molested several different children throughout the United States. End of report. And Vagabond, that's why I'm not going to read that manifesto, because you're right. This right here was disgusting enough to read. That manifesto is very disgusting. And only reason I even know about that little bit is because of one of the panel shows that I was listening to, where they do discuss some of the things in that manifesto. And it's very disgusting, very, very disgusting. And I hope this individual gets the punishment that they deserve. Honestly, they shouldn't even be. I mean, one, they should not be obviously on the streets and need very much a lot of help. Okay. Fuck, man, this is very disgusting shit. And again, I'm going to take my personal opinion out of this matter for other reasons, but all I can do at this point is just read the public information that's available. Okay. Yeah, I agree with Zooch. That's like I said, I'm going to keep my personal opinion out of it, but I'll tell you right now, I agree with you right there. All right. There's another clip I want to play. Okay, like I said, I'm not brand new. I've done some research, but there's a lot of just kind of stuff going around recently regarding now the relationship with Elisa Jordana. Okay. What's being essentially said, and again, correct me if I'm wrong or if you've heard differently, is pretty much is the questioning of Elisa, whether she knew about some of these things going on with Jimmy, or if she was aware of his past, prior to bringing him in as an assistant, bringing him in as a collaborator, essentially, as another streamer with her. That's the big question. There's been a streamer by the name of Mondo. I'm sure a lot of you know who Mondo is, who's in Florida, or at the time was in Florida. And again, I don't know if they were doing like a collab with Elisa at the time. If you want to help me out with that in chat, or if they were just stream sniping Elisa. If I'm not mistaken, I believe that they were just meeting they were supposed to do kind of a collab, but again, I could be wrong. Okay. But I want to play a clip. Okay. All I'm going to do is just play this again. Just listen to it. You can draw your own opinion from it. Remember who Mondo is as well. Okay. Now, for some of you that don't know who this individual is, they're not they're not also the most honest person too. So that's what, like I said, draw your own opinion from this, but just know, I mean, in my personal opinion, I'll tell you right now, both these individuals I'm not a fan of, okay? Elisa Jordana and Mondo, and for other reasons, all right? But I will play this clip, and I'll just, like I said, let you draw your own opinion. Now, some of you all have already may have seen this, but for some of you that may not have, like I said, some interesting information comes out. At this point, I would say it is allegations. But it is interesting because, allegations can be fact-checked. That's all I'm going to say. Joe Higashi Legit Leg Kick says, at NJCourts, is Jimmy under investigation for the death of Donald, Homeless, and Lindsay? Peeps claim they're missing. Yes, I did notice earlier some people were claiming about 2 people missing. So, I'm not sure. I'll tell you right now, I do not know. Now, I am going to, being that today is obviously a holiday, there was a lot of the stuff that I wanted to get as far as some public information more on this individual was not available. Now, tomorrow's a different story. Being that there seems like there's a lot of interest in this individual, in this case going on, I am going to start pulling requests, okay? And I'm sure that we'll find out. We will find out, Mr. Legit. Sorry, your name's so long. I don't even know how to shorten it. Let's see here. Leg kicks, legit leg kicks. But I'm sure we'll find out. I'm sure we can find out. All right, somebody's saying that they found those individuals. Okay, so Sage Surfer, thank you. I appreciate that. See, that's why I appreciate chat. Thank you for sharing that. Okay, so let's see here. Where did I have that clip? Oh, yes, that's going to be queued up. Now, this clip hails from, I think it's hold on. Is it his second channel? It's either, I don't think it's his first channel. Let's see. Let me just double check before I say the wrong shout out here. Where did I have this queued up at? There we go. Yeah, it is his second one. So, excuse me. It is the second channel. So this clip's going to be hailing from Trip Kick 2, okay? For some of you that I'm not familiar with Trip Kick is a clip channel. A lot of good clips. Let's go here. So shout out to Trip Kick 2. So if you want to watch this clip again, that's where you'll find it from, is Trip Kick 2. Ugh, I'm having tongue twister tonight. All right, so let me just get this queued up here.
I'll make them good girls go bad. I'll make them good girls go. Good girls go.
I watch Power Rangers every morning before school. Yeah, people like love that. Let's see, he doesn't want to see the chat.
It's the Jew in her. You're Jewish. I'm gonna end this conversation now.
Yeah, but do you know Juno Beach Beer? Elisa, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Is honest?
All right, so really quick, for some of you that don't know who these individuals are, because again, a lot of you are new to these characters. This individual right here you're looking at, this female with the sunglasses and the dress with the flowers, that is Elisa Jordana, okay? That is the individual I had introduced you, that I was introduced when I saw them come in kind of from the Captain Content crew when she was kind of, obviously, like I said, leeching on there when Andy Dick was on there and supposedly their, fiance, to get all this crazy shit. But either way, either who, that is her, okay? Now, the other individual, the one that's streaming, that is Mondo, okay? AKA Salmon Andy from back in the days, as many of us know him as. Or what was he doing again? What was that? Oh, Fat G was his other name he was going by, or what was it? Fat G, right? Wasn't it Fat G or something like that? But anyways, most people know him as Salmon Andy or Mondo. All right, and I will just play the clip. I just wanted to give you an introduction for those of you who may have not recognized these individuals, okay? So I'm just going to play it through, and I will keep my mouth shut, I promise.
Mr. Frank, your father?
Yes. I gotta go.
Is
This conversation now.
yeah, but do you know Juno Beach Beer? Elisa, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Is Honest and Frank your father?
Yes. I gotta go.
Is Honest and Frank your father?
Yes. I gotta go.
So, Elisa, now I see why you actually don't think nothing's wrong with Jimmy, dude. Your father's like a fucking pedophile. He wants to have sex with children. He condones it. Now I see why you're kind of like, Jimmy's side.
All right, Mondo. Very nice.
Is it true Jimmy paid for this card?
Have a good day, Mondo.
Is it true Jimmy paid for it, dude?
Have a nice Labor Day weekend.
I feel bad for you. Yo, your mom's name's Cindy Schwartz too, right? Cindy Schwartz, the one who made a comment saying that you and your dad were doing some weird shit with kids. That you were apparently using your female self. Elisa Jordana, were you like the Kermit and Friends Ghislaine Maxwell, allegedly? Now I get it. Now I know you have low IQ people in your fucking Discord. What are you like? Chat, now I get it, dude. Now I fucking get it. Elisa's dad is Honest and Frank, who's fucking proud sex with kids. Bye, Ghislaine! That's Ghislaine Maxwell, dude, of the Kermit and Friends, allegedly.
Yes.
Is Honest and Frank your father?
Yes. I gotta go. Bye, Mondo. Nice seeing you.
Now I see why you actually don't think nothing's wrong with Jimmy, dude. Your father's like a fucking pedophile. He wants to have sex with children. He condones it.
This guy's fucking. Shit, I'm gonna hit him. I might hit him right now. I might hit him. Am I hitting something? This guy the fuck away from me. Get this guy the fuck away from me. Honestly. I'm trying not to hit him, but if I hit him, I hit him. Alright, get this guy the fuck away. Alright, get him away from me. Get him away from me. What a sick fuck that guy is. Wow. That was man, that guy is such a fucking loser. Can you hold this? I just want to get out of here and then I'll like. What is wrong with that? What is wrong with that?
Anonymous sent $3 by fax.
Why would he do that? Like, he's so fucked up. And, like, he thinks I don't know what he said about me. Like the last 24 hours, he thinks I don't know. He thinks I'm a moron. Like I'm a very smart person. You know, like doxing my mom. Okay. Wait, where's my other?
Now, again, remember, this is just at this point allegations, a lot of hearsay. All right. Not a fan of Mondo, not a fan of Elisa. That's my personal opinion. All right. And that's for other reasons. These just like I said, I'll put it this way. I just can't take what any of these two say as the truth. Now, I've been reading chat and I've been seeing a lot of things being said. And these are a lot of things I'm writing down because these are things that going forth we're going to be investigating into. Okay. And we can do a lot of this through FOIA requests. Okay. We've fact checked a lot of things, okay? Even going back into the ski mask court hearing, okay? We fact checked a lot of stuff through those police records, through body cam footage. And do the same thing with this individual, okay? Now, the just one thing I wanted to point out that I think is just what I can't stand right now is just seeing this distraction of what's going on with this individual. Now, this might be, totally out of just what we're talking about, but we've seen this a lot, and we saw this cause an accident, okay? And now this is an individual because of an accident we're covering right now because they're facing some serious charges. Controlla, right? Again, same shit, man. You know what I mean? These people are driving distracted, driving drunk, like Blade. We played that clip, remember? Only use me, Blade, driving around the neighborhood in the morning, drunk as fuck. Yeah. So, just some things to keep in mind.
Hold this. I just want to get out of here and then I'll what is wrong with that? The last 24 hours.
All right, guys, so I hope you can see this. This is a thread on a website called Onion Farms. You can look it up yourself. So let's go ahead and here we go. So this thread started by a person named Impressa, August 17, 2022. And it goes, Curb Your Friends is hosted by a relatively good-looking mid-30s lady named Elisa Schwartz. As you can tell from the show description, is likely insane, probably does a lot of cocaine, allegedly, and goes through life based largely on her middling looks. She's named KF after her dog Kermit, who is pictured below. All right, now let's get a little bit more into it. So this is Elisa, all right, photos that she's posted on public forums. Okay, so as I explained below, this is a new low point for Elisa Schwartz. Unlike many people in Ethan Ralph's sphere, Elisa has some talent and at one point was on track to have a successful career in show business. Elisa Schwartz used to be a guitarist for a chart-topping pop band called Cobra Starship. But how did Elisa go from Cobra Starship to hosting a failing internet show and interviewing Ethan Ralph about his failing show? Let's look a little closer. As a Jewish American princess from New Jersey, Elisa has been trying to get famous ever since she was young. She focused on music because that was the only time people paid any attention to her. At one point, her father got ripped off thousands of dollars when producers promised him they could get Elisa a recording contract. Her parents eventually paid for her to attend Berklee College of Music in Boston, which is a pretty good school for aspiring career musicians. However, she was not finding success with that. All right, so eventually she met and started fucking someone in a new band called Cobra Starship, allegedly, featuring the vocalist of Midtown, a relatively successful indie pop band. Because she was fucking someone in the band, allegedly, she wanted to be famous. They found a place for her in Cobra Starship, but things went south when Elisa became obsessed with the lead singer of the band, Gabe Saporta. That's a funny last name, actually. And she started fucking him on the down low, allegedly. This led to an embarrassing and public falling out with Cobra Starship, where they replaced Elisa with someone more talented, better looking, and not insane. Elisa explains what happened in her own words. This is a pretty long fucking post. If you guys want to read it, go ahead. But I'm here to read the other parts. So I'm going to get to the better parts about what the actual part is, mentioning her father, who's here. Hold on. Give me a second. All right, so let's see. All right, what a small world we live in. As it turns out, Elisa's dad, Frank Cucciara, already has a thread on this site, thanks to Junai, whatever the fuck you pronounce that name. That's weird. From posting back in 2017. Here's Frank. Apparently, Frank is a total creep and a pedophile who has been accused of inter alia molesting Elisa and sexually assaulting dogs. He has or had a website, frankiecucciara.com. Now redirects to a Discord server, which I'm not signing up for, where he talks about wanting to legalize pedophilia and other perverted shit. He also has a YouTube channel, Honest and Frank, where he rambles about the same. Frank is such a creep that people started a petition to remove him from the internet. Among signatories of this petition was one Cindy Schwartz, who claims to be Elisa Jordana's mother. This is what Cindy wrote. Cindy Schwartz, 6 years ago at the time of this post. This is important to me because I'm Elisa Jordana's mother. Frank is her father. He wanted me to abhor her, but I didn't. The biggest regret of my life. Now she helps him look for children to think about sexually. I am mortified. This man, on the second comment she makes, says, this man is mentally ill squatter who advocates pedophilia and internet harassment. He and my mentally ill daughter, Elisa Jordana, are predators and should be investigated. My daughter and I no longer my daughter and I no longer speak.
All right. I thank you, mods, for continuing with the trigger warning post. I just want to continue myself with just letting everybody know, trigger warning again. These are just public forums, so I want you guys to realize, please also understand that a lot of these, like, for example, this individual that's claiming to be the mother, that can't be proved, okay? So just please keep in mind that these are public forums that people can all access, just like we have trolls right here and people can make up names. Again, I'm not defending anything. I just want you to understand, okay? All I'm doing here is just presenting information, letting you draw out your own opinion. It's not what I may agree with or I may disagree with. I'm just saying is just please understand that a lot of this could be hearsay. A lot of this could be allegations. That's why, we listen, we make opinions. But ultimately, this channel, whenever we are going to discuss something or make a statement, it's going to be after we fact checked it, okay? So I'm writing down notes right now. I'm going to start fact checking things, okay? But like I said, all we're doing here is just putting out information that's just been brought up regarding this whole issue, okay? Giving you a little bit backstory. Again, like I said, obviously this has nothing to do with Jimmy at this point, but this is giving you a backstory to who Elisa was. Again, allegedly, okay? This is all just public forum shit you're reading right now that Mondo's reading off of, okay? But this lets you get an idea of, who Jimmy was and who Elisa was according to these allegations, okay? And again, I'm not going to repeat it. Well, again, I am. You draw out your own opinion.
Speak in part because of this pedophile. Thank you. Holy fucking shit. Elisa's mom openly regrets not getting an abortion. That's like the biggest disavow. Now, I want to say something really quick. These are all alleged statements, okay? These are all alleged statements. Now, Is that the real Cindy Schwartz? That's her alleged mom? I'm not sure, but again, I am reading alleged statements that are made online. But here's the thing: if what she is saying about the dog, the animal abuse, and everything going on along that lines, and Elisa being molested by her father, which, dude, Elisa, I'm sorry if that really happened. I'm sincerely sorry for what you went through. I really am. But I'm speaking on the topic of what is being presented to me at this actual time. Now, that would make sense why she apparently, quote unquote, allegedly kisses her dog. All right? I'm just saying, if that's really true, I think she might have witnessed something with Frank, and Frank might have done some dog shit in front of her or around her where it sparked that. And this is what I'm saying. If she's okay with Jimmy, it's because of her father. So, I'm just saying, man, this is fucked, okay? Now, this isn't everything. I want to pull up that video about Frank talking about kids. So, give me a second. I'm going to pull it up because they have it here on this thread. And again, you guys are more than welcome to look it up. Look up onionfarms.com/elite. Well, just look up Elisa Schwartz or Elisa Jordana, Onion Farm, sorry. Guys, if I die, I'm not suicidal, dude, just in case she's got some shooters. I was literally watching like 7 minutes of this video today. It's used in this video. Please pay attention. For those of you who are IP2, Ice Poseidon viewers, all of that shit. Check this out.
Because she was stripping and touching herself and all that stuff on Justin.tv.
Wait, what website? Justin.tv? Interesting.
I think they should be allowed, because I don't think the law is right about that 18 years old thing. That's wrong. People, kids, when they grow up and they're mature at like 10 years old, 11 years old, 12 years old, 13, you know what I'm saying? And their bodies are getting sexy, you know. The women and the men, the girls, fully mature. They want sex and this and that. So to me, once you feel it, once you talk about sex, once you go online and get a kick out of all the curses and adult stuff and stuff like that, then you're an adult, even though you're underage in the law. That's what I mean. The law sucks.
Listen to his next part.
In a way, it's kind of like saying I'm a sex offender, but I'm not. We were in love. They want you to do it, and you know what I'm saying? Then it's okay. It's not evil, and it should be legally allowed. Everybody out there who's scared, she feels they're a sex offender, like I was thinking. Don't be. You're not a sex offender. Just because they made a law that kind of makes you a sex offender doesn't mean you are one.
Yeah, it's her dad, dude. She admitted it. I do have some thoughts about that whole thing with Honest and Frank. I'm going to kind of wait on it to kind of bring it out because I kind of definitely want to dig deeper now. And I'm going to start putting dots together, dude. Look, bro, one thing about me is I'm not stupid. And I'm very good at picking on cues and clues. Very suspicious. It can jeopardize and those, dude. With Elisa.
360. Cute.
From the father or something. I don't know, bro, but it's just weird. There's a call with Elisa and Honest and Frank. It's on YouTube. You can look it up.
You're cute. You're so cute.
Like, what do you want me to do?
All right, and so see somebody here, Cinderella says, let me post this up here. So Cinderella says, that's not her dad, but those are the kind of men she has in her show and in her Discord. That's what is scary here. See, again, all I'm doing is just presenting what I see, and I appreciate that, chat. Now, if you can reiterate as to, and I don't know why they're assuming that's her dad, and again, I don't know if it is or not. Cinderella's saying that it's not. So, again, I learned from chat. So thank you guys for your input. But obviously, regardless of who this individual is, I think what's coming up next, it obviously looks like these two individuals are going to be talking with each other. So they obviously know each other. So I'm sorry I interrupted that. I saw that comment, and, earlier, Mondo was, and obviously right now is alleging that this individual is her father. So, going back to the video, though, she does say that, though, but again, I have no clue. I can't say if it is or not because I have no clue. Okay, let's continue the clip here. I apologize.
No, stand up and twist, turn around. 360. No. They act out of girls.
An evening at a hotel where they continue partying and drinking throughout the evening.
And sometimes it's not easy to make like the morally right decision, right? Yeah, you want to have Andy here because you're going to have more viewers and more donations, but then you're risking this happening, and how are you going to control it? Like being hypocritical because you're saying I should not be allowed to like him because he does all these bad things, but it seems like you also like him when he does a lot of bad things.
That's why it's so hard.
Right. Okay.
I don't know either. All right, that's enough of that. But again, thank you for the clip, Trip Kick 2. Shout out to Trip Kick 2 for the clip. All right, so let's remove that off of there. So again, yeah, just going down the rabbit hole, ladies and gentlemen. And going back to Jimmy, though, remember, that was just kind of little information that, again, just a clip that was brought up in recent light with all this shit that came out, again, with, just allegations, made at towards Elisa Jordana. So I guess as this, continues further into, I guess, with this, now it sounds like the feds, they said federal investigation. So I'm going to assume the FBI are now involved. So, I guess we're just going to have to learn and wait as more information comes out. And like I said, we can request anything that's available publicly through a FOIA request. And that is something that I will begin this week with. I think what we should start off with is obviously what happened at the Walmart, which, the body cam footage would be a good way to start with that. So that's probably going to be where I would start, is with the FOIA request on the body cam footage from what happened at the Walmart parking lot. Again, if it's available, it may not be available. So, but going back to the individual that we're discussing this, tonight, the one that obviously is in jail, that's got, charges against them, Jimmy, there's one other clip. Oh, let me just see here that I want. Okay, not a clip. Excuse me. This is something I was trying to remember where I was going with this. What I want you guys, only if you want to, what I'm going to do is just give you a link essentially to a panel show. Okay. I've never watched this creator before. I'm not familiar who they are. I'm familiar from who one of their guests were. And that was Lauren. We've had Lauren here come on as a guest on one of our panels. So Lauren was on that panel show. So that was somebody that I recognized. The content creator of that show, the host, I did not recognize. But there was some interesting things that were said during that panel show, is why, if you want to listen, is why I'm going to give you the link. Now, I will give you a trigger warning now. Some of the things brought up in that panel are going to be actual things that are read from that manifesto, okay? And it's bad. It's very bad. So that's, like I said, I don't have it here. I can have access to it, but even if I did, I'm not going to read it. I'm not going to post it. That's something, if you want to, have access to, it's public information at this point, I believe. Yeah, because it's been submitted to the police, so they're going to have it. Now, you might have a lot of, marks through a lot of the information, but it is public information still. But it's definitely something I'm not interested in reading or getting. I've already been made aware of, just by listening to that panel, of what some of the things that were, put into that manifesto, and that's all I needed to hear to understand what's going on with this sick person. They're fucking disgustingly sick. I mean, it's bad. I'm just going to tell you, this shit's just started, but I have a feeling this is going to be, you know, if it already hasn't made national news, this is a serial, like, you know, when you have serial killers, serial stalkers, this is a serial pedophile, man. This individual is sick. So I'm just going to leave it at that. Let me get you guys the link. And like I said, you know, at this point, all I'm doing is just presenting all the information that I have in regards to this situation. As the week goes on, as we go on further in the month, as more information comes to light, I'll be providing that for you guys. It sounds like we are going to start, you know, doing a somewhat of a coverage on what's going to happen going forth from this arrest and through the court proceedings. Okay, so let me get you the link really quick, and let's go from there. Give me 1 second. I had it queued up here. Okay, that's one queue. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Let's close this out. All right, so yeah, here it is. All right, so this is it right here. So the channel where you'll find it is under, sorry, let me just zoom in here really quick. I think I can get that a little bigger for you guys. Let me try. Yeah, I don't think so. Hold on. I don't know if I do this. No, you can see it's, and I'll spell it. It's Grady George, Grady space George. That's the channel there, Grady George. And this is titled Night Freaks number 17. Jimmy's Satanic Muse is Elisa the victim with Lauren the Christian, Jadis, and Connor. All right. So if you want to hear a little bit more information, this would be one of the panels that I've listened to. Not all of it, just a little few parts of it. And yeah, some of it comes out in this panel. And there's like I said, it's a trigger warning for sure. You're going to hear some pretty bad stuff as well come out. So, man, just reading just those paragraphs in that police report just disgusted me so much. I couldn't imagine having to sit there and read the shit that came out in that 24-page report. Oh, and don't forget what he confessed to as to what happened in Walmart. Remember, that's why he was at that Walmart, because essentially he wanted to confess to a crime that he committed in 2015, which they already confirmed that there was a call made and a complaint about what happened. They just obviously didn't have anybody to arrest or know who it was. Well, now they do. So that's going to be another charge. Right now, he's in jail, I think, on the charges of what they're, just obviously a possessing child pornography based on what he showed on the laptops. But don't forget, once they put the charges against him together for the lewd acts that happened in Walmart, he's going to be charged for that. Then there's going to be an investigation, and obviously they've already said it's been passed to the feds into every single, and rightfully they should, in every single thing that's been listed into that manifesto. So this is just began. This is not even I can tell you this is probably going to be minimum of a year worth of trial going on with this. Just based on all the stuff that would probably be in that manifesto and all the victims and just what they have to put together as a case. Yeah, this is going to be going on for a while. I'll tell you that. I will tell you that. Yes, Joe, there has been, I had heard that. Okay. Again, I can't confirm that, but I have heard that again, actually from his own mouth. Again, he could have been lying, but he did mention, I heard him say that he actually worked for a university. Now, I wasn't aware that it was the University of Colorado, but I had heard him mention that he worked for a university. And Cinderella says, at Joe, yes, the university fired him, is from what I understand. Sorry, I just had to show a comment to take off the comment there from the comment that we had put up earlier. Cesar says, there's no justice to that scumbag. He got away from justice so long. Now he poor and we foot the bill to take care of him in prison. Yeah, you make a good point. I'll tell you this, though. I'd rather foot the bill and have him in prison, though, than out on the streets. But I get your point, though. Trust me, I get it. Julia says he said he got fired. Okay, so he did say he had gotten fired. All right. Right, Coke says, okay, buddy, I've seen worse. NYC cops saw the Hillary Clinton stuff that she did, excuse me. And then S/V Vagabond says, then Elisa hired him as a dean of her IRL school. They issued a press newswire press release. It's still up on Twitter. The school did? Or are you talking about the police? Because we did read a post. I'm not sure if that was a Twitter post or if it was a Facebook post. But I'm not sure if that was what you were referring to. There is also this right here. Let me just pull it up for you really quick. Give me a second. So remember when we were listening, or not listening, but when we were reading off the police report, it says that he supposedly sent copies of the report to TC Palm, which is a news outlet. Okay. This right here is, in case you want to read it, it's just a short, article. There we go. Ugh, it's having a brain fart. But if you do want to read this, that's where you'll find it, is on the TC Palm website. But they covered this a little bit. And supposedly they were one of, according to the police report, they were one of the outlets that did receive the manifesto. Yep. No. Okay, buddy. We played the news story earlier. Again, there could have been another news story, but we did play one of the news stories earlier. Now, is there more that's come from since the last one that's happened? I don't know. That was the last one I was sent. And I'll play it again. As a matter of fact, I think that's just the best way to end this, because I know a lot of people may have just kind of popped in here, kind of maybe towards this ending part here. So let's play that, and then I'm going to say goodbye to everybody, and that's the show. Like I said, it wasn't going to be anything long tonight because we're just covering one individual, and it was going to be an introduction, okay? Like I said before, especially when we were watching the IRL clip coming from Mondo on Trip Kicks clip, you're talking about Sam and Andy, all right? He is a known troll. He lies a lot, I'm going to tell you that. But, hey, maybe he's not, okay? And again, I'm just putting everything out there for you guys to make up your own opinion, and just putting it out there because that's how a news agency reports. Now, my investigation, when I personally report something on this, that's going to include evidence that's going to be backing up that, okay? And that's what we're going to start. We are going to start submitting FOIA requests and pulling that information, so that way we have the facts to fact check these allegations, okay? Now, remember, we are investigating, obviously, the person that's going to have these court hearings, which is Jimmy. I think the big question is, and what people are, essentially, reason Elisa has been put on the spotlight is because people want to know, did she know about Jimmy's past? Did he talk to her about it? before she hired him, and that's why you're seeing this kind of, I guess, tie into the fact that there's, again, allegations that some of her family members could be, what. So again, it's all allegations until you have the facts to prove stuff. Just keep that in mind. Yeah, no, trust me, the loser. I don't personally, again, I'm not speaking for the channel, but personally, I don't like those two individuals at all. And now 3 with Jimmy, period. I never did. But yeah, so I mean, am I going to take what Mondo says to heart? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Am I going to fact check it? Yeah, hell yeah. And we just go from there. Vagabond, who knows, man? Like I said, who the fuck knows? Okay. I mean, I don't live with those people. I can't tell you what happened when that camera goes off. I'll tell you this though, from my experience of being just a short-lived streamer so far in a clip channel and court news channel, I have seen some crazy shit that happens in the back. I've seen the receipts of shit that's happened in the when the camera shuts off. Okay, so you cannot say that there's not shit that goes down when that camera goes off, because it does. So who's to fucking know? And excuse my language. Yeah, and then Sage Surfer there, I saw a lot of those. I was reading in chat where people were mentioning that, and then you heard, I guess, Sam and Andy ask, is it true that, Jimmy paid that, bought that car essentially, or maybe helping her with the payments? Who knows? But, yeah, if that was a money train for her, yeah, she's going to be worried about that if that's all she's concerned about that. I would be more concerned about my reputation if she really did know that this individual had a background and a history of this and, still brought him in on their show and as a co-host, essentially. So personal opinion. Yep, I agree, the loser. Remember, that's personal opinion, though. Yeah, and hey, Pink Sock, you know what? What we've always seen whenever we do these court coverages, you're always going to have the group of the sympathizers coming in. They always have. And again, I mean, call them what they are, but, every single one of the individuals we've covered on this channel, we've always seen, some backlash come from, those individuals that essentially support these people. Super Roofer, thank you so much. Super Roofer got the link here through the super chat. Super Roofer, the $5 super chat. As a matter of fact, thank you, Super Roofer. Here's Elisa talking about the arrest. Let's play that link. Let's see here. Good old link. Let me see how I figure this out again. Hold on. Let me bring it up on here. I remember when we had to do this last time. So I got it here. Okay. Oh, that's on Trip Kick too. So let me just find it that way. That's what we did, is we just got to find it through the. All right, cool. So let's go back to Trip Kick 2, and we'll play that video that Super Roofer linked us here. And again, thank you for that $5 donation, Super Roofer. All right. I'll show you there. So that's what Super Roofer was talking about right there. And let's find that. All right, I found it here. Let me so it's this one here. All right, so let's play it. And again, this is on trip 2.
You just fucked with the wrong bull. Come here! Wait, I'm gonna teach you a real lesson now, motherfucker. Put your fucking mouth on the curb.
It's all the same. The one in the names will change every day. It seems we're wasting away. Another plane.
The Stewart Police allegedly wrote a manifesto detailing dozens of sex crimes that spanned 4 decades. Turns himself in to Stewart Police. Tara Jakeway joins us live after talking with the police chief today about the crimes and this unusual turn of events. Tara?
Well, Todd, that is a 24-page, heavily redacted, as you can see, manifesto I have here in my hand right here that police chief here in Stewart called horrific. He said that serial sex offender turned himself in to Stewart PD on Saturday.
The events over the course of 30 years that this individual was involved in were deranged, horrific, psychotic. I've never read anything like that in my career before.
This is that individual, 61-year-old James Ward Nichols. Police say he handed that manifesto to the responding officer after calling Stewart PD from his car in a nearby parking lot, saying he wanted to confess to multiple crimes.
On his own will, he opened up the laptop and told the officer to click the specific file on the computer. And sure enough, there was child pornography.
Nichols was immediately taken into custody, processed at the Martin County Jail, and charged with possession of child pornography.
What he told in his own admission was that he's tired of running from his crimes. He had a coming to Jesus moment and wanted to turn himself in.
According to the manifesto, those crimes took place across numerous states. But Nichols chose to surrender in Stewart, where he has family ties, and admitted to a lewd and lascivious act in that very parking lot back in 2015.
All of a sudden, he shows up on my doorstep and admits all of this stuff to nationwide criminal acts.
Acts that date back to 1979 and are now under the investigation of federal authorities. Now, the chief tells me that just this morning, while in custody, Nichols was charged with that 2015 act, formally charged. The Stewart Police Department, though, does believe that there may be more victims of Nichols out there, and they are asking that they come forward. Live in Stewart, Tara Jakeway, WPBF 25 News.
We were supposed to pick up his friend at the airport, named Ruthie, who was going to be added to my cast as an additional producer or whatever, something, another role. Turns out she had no idea we were going to be picking her up. Like, it was like a lie. Like, he made up this woman. He said that we were going to pick her up. He said that she was going to be part of my crew. I was so excited about having like another woman involved. It was a total lie, and it really freaked me out that he would lie about a person like that. And I blocked him from my Twitter. I blocked him from my Discord. I blocked him from my Instagram, everything. The next day, he sends me a 25-page manifesto confessing to like crimes of like pedophilia. Yeah. So that's why there's all these like weird donations today. Is because today was the first day back, but I actually didn't even want to talk about that at all. I wanted to move on.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm hiring new people.
Those relationships.
I mean, I don't have any choice. He's going to be in jail for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
He calls me every day. He loves me a lot. He had an illness, in my opinion. In my opinion, it was an illness that he could not fix. I don't think he chose it. I really don't. I don't think he wanted to be that. he wanted to be good, but he was sick in a way where his brain chemistry, in my opinion, not everybody agrees with me, and they definitely don't agree with me, but in my opinion, like, so I have depression, right? I've had it for my whole life, and no matter what I do, it does not get fixed. So I think he had an illness that could not be fixed, a mental illness. That's what it was. So that's why I'm not going to talk badly about him. I wish he didn't do those crimes. I'm not going to work with him anymore. He's in jail, but I want to move on. And there's nothing more to say about it, in my opinion. People like want to call him like a pedophile all day. Obviously he was that, but I believe that he had an illness that he could not.
I think
Sure.
I think I mean it's probably an illness. I worked with a friend of mine who was a DJ. I used to refer him out to.
I just like, I'm the best person. I try to be the best person I can be. I cannot control what my staff does or what, this person does over here, that person does over there. I can't control what anybody does. I can control what I do. So in my opinion, if I'm just a good person, I try to entertain people. That's my top priority every day. Every day, my top priority. How can I entertain my donators? How can I entertain the people that are watching? Okay, if I think that way, I can't really go wrong. Okay, maybe they won't pay me that day or whatever, or, something, or, less people will be watching. But if my goal every day is not to like shame people, like my goal is not to shame this guy that I worked with. That's not my goal. Hold on.
$5 Jimmy knew right from wrong. In my opinion, it wasn't mental illness. He was just an evil person. We're blessed he didn't do anything to you further. All right, now that you addressed it, Seth can show off his One Direction dance.
Be an asset to our team. It's like I'm a winner, right? So like a loser would say like pedophile over and over, right? And like think about that and read manifestos and get all involved in like dark stuff and talk about it like in a dark room, my beard grown out and my hair too long. Like that's like a kind of person, right? But like I'm the kind of person that like I move forward and think, okay, I'm gonna hire Seth, hiring Tommy, hiring Kayla, and another woman tomorrow.
Oh, she's down?
I don't think so. No, I don't think so. But she did text me. But you know what I mean? Like a winning mentality is no matter what happens, you just keep moving forward. You don't be like
march on.
You march on. You don't like let yourself be like pulled down in the mud with crap. You just don't do it. Like, if I worked with somebody and we found out bad things,
You are a pedophile enabler. Kermit and Friends Discord is a pedophile hub. Sent $3 pedophile.
It's really not.
Pedophile. Pedophile.
Oh, really?
Pedophile.
Oh, that's a beautiful car right there. Is that a Range Rover? Yeah. IRL customer service.
Tear up.
Elisa, how long are you going to go without addressing the situation with Jimmy, Lindsay missing, Donald missing? How long are you going to put up with this crap and this charade?
Wait, so as far as I know, somebody did text, Lindsay's friend did say she might be missing. And I hope she's not.
And have you contacted the police department yet to tell them that Lindsay might be missing and the situation with Jimmy, to make them aware that Jimmy may have killed Lindsay and may have killed Donald, and that you have festered this whole situation?
Okay, first of all,
those people to go ahead.
Okay, Lindsay went with the guy with the sex doll. You remember that guy? Remember there was a guy that was a sniper that came here and he had a sex doll. You remember it? He was on the stream. And then Lindsay went with him. And then I never heard from Lindsay after that moment. But
yeah, that does sound pretty odd and sickening. The guy had a sex doll with him, doesn't it?
Well, I mean, I don't like when a guy has a sex doll at all. So it wasn't really my type.
But do you like when somebody is killing kittens and screwing them?
I don't like that. You think I like that?
When people are masturbating?
No, I don't even like
when people are smearing feces all over themselves.
Do you think I like that?
People to smell it?
Okay.
Do you like that?
Do you think I like that? Do you think I like feces at all? At any point?
So why haven't you addressed it?
Because I don't like it. I don't like it. What do you want me to say, James? What do you want me to say? I don't like it.
Just address
it. In the chat if you want Elisa to address it. Everybody.
Address what? What do you want me to say? Okay, there's feces. I'm sorry. It was my feces.
disgusting.
It's gross. Why do I want to
Get
talk about a
over it.
gross thing? I want to uplift people. I don't want to bring up a bunch of bad topics.
Look at all the ones in the chat, Elisa. Look at all the ones. It's flooded with ones.
All right, well,
keep going. One. Keep going. Look, Elisa, they want you to address
okay,
this.
what do
They
you want me to say? What do you want me to say?
Elisa, do you want a stream idea? How about you stream yourself going to the police department and talking to detectives? I'm sure the chat would love to see that.
I don't want to do that. I really don't want to do that.
Of course you don't want to do it, but you need to do that.
Why do I
if you really think you're innocent, what do you have to fear?
I just don't want to do that. I want to go to a concert.
Of course you don't want to do it. What do you have to fear? I'm sure you didn't want Jimmy to send you a manifesto of crimes he's been committing while he's been fantasizing of you. I'm sure you didn't want that either.
Anonymous sent $3. Elisa, how has the exercise been coming along?
Great.
How many steps have you walked today? 2 hearts. Good to see you back, Donnie.
So I did not go to the gym today, but I went yesterday, and I went to the park the day before. But I think Tommy and I will probably do a lot of great steps today, and at the end, maybe we could tell you how many steps we took, because we're going to...
Okay, well how many miles have you walked this past week looking for Lindsay or Donald? Let's talk about that exercise you could be doing.
Okay, why do I need to be looking for 2 people that are not my responsibility? They're 2 adults. Lindsay wanted to go to that guy's hotel room. That's where she went. It's not my fault that she went there. Like, that's her decision.
Lindsay also called you on your last stream and asked you to come pick her up.
But why do I need to pick up an adult?
And you said you told her you'll be there in 45 minutes, and you totally never called her. You ignored her the rest of the night, and you never did anything. That's probably the night that Jimmy probably saw that on the stream and called her and went to her.
No.
You know that?
No.
You probably set her up
You're
for
just
it.
making that up. That's what you're doing. You're making
Making
that
it up?
Yeah, I know who she went with. I know.
How about you take your stream to the police department and
I
stream
don't want to
your
hang out with the
interview with
police
them and see how
anymore.
much is made up.
I don't want to stream the police anymore. They don't want to be streamed. They made that very clear.
Of course you don't want to. You're a sick person. Elisa, I've been calling you out for quite a while. I've seen it in your eyes.
watch something
looking at
else.
you on the stream. You are a mental case. You are a sick person, and your Kermit and Friends thing has been festering all these sick individuals all this time. You need a mental lockdown is what you need. I got to go to work. It's an honest job that I do. An honest job dancing at Florida Thunder Friday and Saturday night.
That's fine.
See you
That's
there.
fine. You do that. I don't have anything against that. I'm surprised they pay you to dance there. Yes, hello. Hi, Adam.
Oh my God, Elisa, I hate to say this, but it's literally, you know what is the lead story on the news? It's all over the news.
Shut up.
I just texted you a clip of it. If you don't believe me, like literally, it's like the lead story on the news.
What does it say? Can you read it?
It's all about this. It's like a man in Stewart turned himself in with this manifesto, and it's like all his crimes, and they're like disgusted. The police chief was talking about it. Like it's all over the news.
Okay. Where did you see it, Adam?
And it was on PBF, which is ABC, and I think they were going to talk about it on David Muir, like at 6:30. So I'm going to turn. I'm flipping back and forth.
Oh my God, that's
I was
crazy.
screaming.
That is crazy. I can't believe that. That's so
Anonymous
weird.
sent
It's so
$3.
surreal.
Nobody wants to see James Worley without his clothes on.
Yeah, nobody wants to see that. But Adam, so okay, so it's all over the news now. I figured that would happen at some point, but
I honestly was like, part of me didn't want to believe it. I'm like, maybe this is a sick joke he's playing. And then when I saw the news, my stomach was just kind of like, ugh.
yeah, no, it's definitely real. I could confirm
Anonymous
that.
sent $3. It's kind of creepy that your passenger looks like a mini.
Oh my God, Elisa, he's right. I just saw it on NBC. They mentioned you by your name, by your real.
All right, so thank you for suggesting the clip, Super Roofer, and again, thank you for your support. But You know, I'll let you guys make up your own opinion, but Super Roofer, I agree. I guarantee you, you know, and again, I mean, you know, she's, you know, at this point, I don't know how she's involved with the police investigation, but I'm pretty sure she's probably somebody they would like to talk to, right? She's obviously been hanging with the guy for a while. They were streaming together, so you know, hey, why wouldn't they want to not talk to her? There is a part 2. Super Roofer, well, you got to pay for part 2, right? I'm just kidding. Let's get that. I saw that here. Let's play that part 2. All I got was $5 this stream. You guys know who I'm talking about? All right, hey, just had to throw in a little joke, all right? Sorry. All right, let's go to part 2. I saw part 2. Oh, I have it on another. Okay, give me 1 second.
Yeah, so what you were saying about people being
All right, you guys. All right.
mad at you and shit. I think you should just address everything and be honest, and that's it.
Yeah, I just,
You know what I mean?
like,
Look, dude, I'll be honest. It
Here
looks
is
really
part
fucked on your
2.
side that you had Jimmy with you and all that shit. You know, and you should just
Again, this
address
is
it and
off
be
of
honest, dude.
Take
That's
2
it. We're all
on
adults.
channel.
I liked him very much.
But why do you like
not
him?
very much. Not very much. I did like him. I mildly liked him at the time because he was like so nice about my streams. So he was like really helpful. He would do the scheduling, reach out to my guests, take all the calls. I didn't have to talk to anybody. He, you know, brought everyone dinner. So I just figured,
You bought anything that's on there? Because I'll tell you right now.
No, I don't want. I don't want to hear.
No, I know, but you should at least hear like, dude, there was a part on the manifesto about him stretching out his pets.
Okay, I don't want to hear that, Mom.
But you see how fucked it is? You see why people are mad at you? Because you had this person on here and you were giving him a platform when he was out here doing so much fucked up shit. He was getting a fucking back rub from like a 3-year-old girl, dude, when she was a little kid in his bed with an erection.
I don't want to hear that. I don't want.
Well, you got to know about the truth, and that's why people are mad at you, dude. That's really why people are mad at you.
I don't want to hear things like that.
So will you denounce Jimmy?
Yeah, I don't like him. Obviously, I told him not to call me. I said that's enough.
$3 Elisa talks to Jimmy Daly from jail. Don't believe her lies. She said it herself.
No, he calls me every day, but I told him not to call anymore.
Block the number.
Yeah, I told him not to call.
You should block the
He
number.
has not called anymore since that time.
When's the last time?
The last time was when I said, okay, that's enough, you know.
What was it, like yesterday?
Yesterday. So we're moving on, and I hired Tommy here. Tommy's been so awesome. It's been very trying times for me. It's been hard. And so Tommy being here and being so nice and helpful has been such a blessing. And here's Mike here, and you showed up. So I appreciate the people that come forward in times when my channel struck, in times when my co-host is in jail, times like that is when.
Dude, he's not your fucking co-host.
Well, he was.
Yeah, so he was. That's it. Don't be like, oh, my co-host is in jail. Fuck your co-host, dude. Fuck that guy. That guy's weird.
Yeah, no, he's weird.
Dollars. Why is she so defensive about Jimmy?
I'm not.
But she loves to talk shit about everyone who she perceives to be an enemy. She loves negativity when it involves people she dislikes. But Jimmy, who she likes, one of the most prolific child molesters, is gold.
I never said he was gold. I never said he was gold. Never said that.
As you are defensive when his name comes up. Not once have you expressed sympathy for victims. Kermit, Elisa. Kids. You only mention how he paid for things. You took Kermit from an evil man, but you have no morality. You have no denounced Jimmy.
So I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. I know what everybody's saying. It's a mixture of emotions that you feel when, like, someone was in your house and, like, someone was with you for hundreds of hours.
Yeah.
It's just a strange, like, mixture of emotions of, it's like a dark cloud, like, immediately was, like, there in my life, like a dark cloud. And, you know, I'm doing everything to make it not a dark cloud. So I'm really saying, okay, what makes me not feel like a dark cloud? Okay.
$3 Mondo. Do you believe baby predators who also murder animals and desecrate churches are no different from someone with OCD? Well, Elisa does. You are sitting next to a pedo enabler, and I hope you take a stand for victims.
I'm really not a pedo enabler. I don't even like that word. I know where you're coming from because a lot of people are taking that stance. I just like, I don't really like that. I don't like using that word a lot. It just like, because I remember even before this, like, people in my Discord were pointing fingers at everyone, calling this person a pedo and that person a pedo, and there was no, this time there's proof, but a lot of times there's not. So I would just rather stay away from topics like that. I don't want to talk about people that are incarcerated. They took care of it. He's in jail for the rest of his life. He's not going to touch anybody ever again. So let's just be happy about that, and let's try to move on with our lives. Why do we have to stay in that space of negativity? I don't see a reason to do that. You know, I have a lot of other stuff going on that's bad, you know, with the stalkers that I have and the restraining orders that I have and the court and the police constantly. I'm like always talking to them. And I hate that. You know, I hate that.
Pennywise sent $3, Elisa.
Yes.
Serious question.
Sure.
If you didn't read it, why did you call the cops when he gave it to you?
Because I didn't read the PDF, but I did read my email.
Wow, she looks awful.
Oh man,
Golly.
we gotta have
This
fast
bitch is
forward
brutal
through that.
looking. It's like she could have been pretty
Trash.
once upon a time,
Hi.
but now she just is.
Yes.
Yeah, this is the PDFs girl. This is her
I'm back.
It was her assistant.
I have no idea.
And who did your? I want to know who told her that is fucking lying. Guys, you have you cake.
Lord. Is this okay? There we go. I was like, I am not watching a recap of somebody that doesn't even recap. There we go.
Just because one person's bad and the other person's bad doesn't mean one person's bad and the other person's good. I actually hate Jadis way more because he's putting my life in jeopardy.
What?
Jimmy never did that.
You hate Jadis more than fucking Jimmy? That right there is fucked.
Yes.
You should hate Jimmy more than Jadis.
I hate anyone that puts my life in danger.
Bro,
Sorry.
Bro, I'm sorry, but
sorry.
you're completely confused, dude. It should be you should hate Jimmy more.
Throw us $50. Why did he confess? Only proof is his confession. Also didn't. He called the other day. Well, he should have been in jail.
He called from jail. So and my job, my income has been severely affected by Shaddy. And
I think your life is has been more fucked up by Jimmy, dude.
Not really. Jimmy's in jail for the rest of his life.
Yeah, it doesn't matter, dude. But look at everything that's equated out of you. Dude, when Jaden happens, bro, all right, let me teach you something, Elisa, because you must not know. Have you ever heard something called the FOIA request? It's called the Freedom of Information Act. All you have to do is go to police station.
Anonymous sent $3 C. Mando. I knew she would admit it. She hates Jadis more than a baby molesting
Exactly,
mess.
dude.
She has sympathy for an evil man and doesn't care. She thinks she was safe with a pedo, animal killer, abuser of the homeless buying her lobster and groping.
I agree, dude. I would be more affected in my life by a person who fucking fingered my asshole and called it an accident than somebody who's fucking with me on the phone, dude.
Skoro sent $50. Unpopular opinion. Ola Jimmy is fake. 0 kids were hurt. That's why she doesn't care. Made up 0 victims.
Wow, Zakari,
Changed my mind.
Zakari, you're a fucking faggot, dude. You're a fucking faggot ass weirdo saying that this is not real when Jimmy literally confessed everything on his own. You're a fucking weirdo, dude. This Zakari guy's a fucking weirdo. to say that none of this is real and that it's all bullshit. Yes, why would he turn himself in and fucking make a 25-page manifesto? The fuck? You got some weird people watching you, dude.
I have random.
You got some weird people watching. He's not random, dude. He's done at least $200 in the amount of time that we've been right here. That guy's giving you his whole fucking bank account, dude. He's giving you a fucking bank account.
How bad thing.
I get it, dude, but dude, you got some fucking weird people, man.
All right.
Hella weird people.
What's that guy's name? Damon or Durant?
All right. Well, let's remove that out there. Well, that gives you a little bit more context, behind that relationship, of Elisa and Jimmy. For some of you that may not have known what that was all about, there's a little bit, little explanation. So, business partner, friend, who knows? But I guess that's why Elisa's now in the spotlight is did she know about this and what did she do? So again, just putting out everything, that's out there. When you get to watch it coming out of these own people's mouth, you can't say they didn't say it. So, but a lot of information, I think, does need to be fact checked. I obviously have heard a lot of stuff, and I've seen a lot of stuff in chat. And again, thank you for everybody's participation in chat tonight. It's got a lot of information. I mean, you guys don't see it because I know I'm not in the whole window, but I mean, I'm jotting stuff down left and right. I've got 2 notepads here, all right, that I'm jotting down notes. And these are things that I jot down, and these are things that I'm going to put requests for to get a little bit more information on, okay? We are going to cover this. By the reaction of chat, I think there's a lot of answers that need to be answered. And obviously, we are going to have some court hearings coming up regarding Jimmy. Absolutely. And I think that the public has every right to know more about what's going on with this individual because he's definitely a danger to the community and to the public. The Great One, you are welcome, as always. I appreciate, again, your guys' input. I appreciate all the viewers that reached out to me and said, hey, NJ, can you cover this? And I appreciate a lot of you that have reached out to me to provide some information, provide a lot of this stuff and help with this investigation. So, the baton has been handed over, and I will carry on the relay. It's my part now to do what I do best, and that's getting information and fact checking and providing you the court coverage that you want. So, speaking of court coverage, we've got one coming up. We've got 3 coming up. September 11th, okay? We've got Controla's court case. We've got Ski Mask Andy's. Now, remember, he's got 2 hearings in September. September 11th is going to be the revocation of bond hearing, essentially why he didn't go to probation, all right? The 3rd individual is going to be Sonny IRL, who last time I checked, and let's just check in, he was in Canada. As a matter of fact, I think, let me show you something here. I went over because I said, well, is he making his way kind of down towards the United States? Because, I mean, if he's going to be at his court hearing, it's going to be Monday, right? We said that's September 11th, and it's in Houston. I don't know, I mean, obviously, if you jump on a plane, you get to Houston in one day from where he's at in Canada. But I don't know. Is he driving? Is he even planning on coming down? But from what I saw, let me show you what I'm talking about. It looks like he just did a stream not too long ago, and he was still in Canada. So let me show you what I'm talking about here. All right. All right, so if you guys notice on the far left-hand corner, that's his newest stream. I know it's a little hard for you guys to see, but it literally says it was streamed 20 hours ago, okay? And it says Canada. So I'm assuming that 20 hours ago, Sonny is still in Canada, all right? Now, his last IRL live stream before that one, now he may have done one and erased it, but let's just assume he hadn't, because I don't watch him like every time, he goes live or anything like that. That was 3 weeks ago, and he was in Canada. So, yes, 3 individuals got court cases, all right? 9/11. With Ski Mask Andy, don't forget, he's also got a second court case, and that's for his, the money man. Time to pay up the judge, which he's already been given 3 chances. So this is literally his 4th time coming in to explain why he hasn't made a single $25 payment to cover the over $5,000 he owes in court fines and fees stemming from even going back 15 years ago. All right? So you've got Controlla September 11th, Ski Mask Andy September 11th, and we got Sunny IRL September 11th. One of those individuals we will be providing court coverage on. Now, because of the sensitivity of what's going on, I will be letting you all know here very soon. Not tonight, but I will tell you this. We will be providing court coverage come September 11th, okay, as best as I can to my ability, all right? All right, so you guys, if you guys want to check out that other panel, remember, I hope you guys wrote it down, but I'll show you one more time here. Again, trigger warning if you do decide to hear or listen to that panel. A lot of this, what was said in the manifesto is going to come out. I'll just leave it at that. But that was going to be, let's see here. This one right here. So it's Grady George, and it's the Night Freaks number 17 episode. And this one is the one that features Lauren, who's been on one of our StreamYard, panels. So that's a panel that you can listen to. A lot of details come out on that panel. But again, like I said, trigger warning. I would say this is probably the most, just as far as disgusting, toxic, just shit I've ever heard, ever in my life. So just keep that in mind, okay? All right, you guys, that concludes. Let me get all this stuff off of here. That concludes our evening or weekend court news update. And like I said, tonight we just talked about one individual. Okay. Usually we can go 4 hours on these shows because we're talking about many individuals. Tonight was just one. Well, 2 technically, but focusing on one individual tonight. All right. I want to say thank you guys for taking the time to be here tonight. I want to say thank you to everybody that's helped support this channel. Say thank you to all the members of the jury, and thank you for everybody that came out earlier and all your support and all the donations that we got from the earlier cooking stream. And that was a lot of fun. I had a blast with you guys. I had a blast with y'all at the chili festival. That was a lot of fun. As a matter of fact, tomorrow I got to ship out some chili. So, oh no, I got you. Chili's going out tomorrow, mañana. Okay. Let's see. We've got court coverage coming up, and I've got something real special. Now I'll tell you right now, I'll give you a clue. I'll give you a crumb. I've got a really exciting IRL pretty much week set up. After this court coverage we got coming up on the 11th, I've got some just wild stuff coming up, okay? Now, I'm going to tell you this. One of the nights, it's going to blow your socks off, okay? I can't even, man. Let's just put it this way: it's going to be exciting. It's going to be fun, and it's definitely going to be some IRL. Okay, some real IRL, and I hope you guys enjoy it. All right, I hope you do. But that will be after our court case on the 11th, and then we're starting the tour. Okay, we're starting a full-time tour of just hitting up court cases when they come up, and then filling up stuff in between with IRL, man. That's how we're going to do it till the end of the year. All right? So thank you guys again for your support. Thank you guys for being here. I want to say thank you to my mods. You guys did a fantastic job tonight. All you in chat did an awesome job. I didn't see, I don't think, again, I'm kind of doing my thing. I'm trying to read chat as much, but I don't think I saw anybody I don't think the bailiffs had to do any work tonight. Hey, bailiffs had to take a night off, and that's great. I don't mind when the bailiffs have to take a night off, okay? So thank you guys for being respectful for the most part, okay? I seen some of y'all, okay? But thank you again. I learned a lot, okay? I saw a lot of good stuff come out of chat, as always, all right? So you guys have a great night. For those of you that have to return to the 8 to 5 grind tomorrow, hey, remember, it's going to be Tuesday. Just knock Tuesday out, Wednesday out, Thursday out. Then it's Friday, TGIF Friday. Then it's already the weekend time, okay? And then you just got a couple more days to find out who's going to be the next court coverage. Or wait, where are we going for the next court coverage? Not who's going to be. All right, it's getting late for me, okay? I had too many chili rellenos earlier getting to my head. Actually, they're getting to my tummy. Time. If you know what I mean. Anyways, enough of that silly talk. If you guys enjoyed tonight's show, can you do me just one little favor before you say adios, amigos? Can you smash that like button if you already haven't? Because I appreciate that. That shows a lot of support, and it helps the channel analytics a lot. So I appreciate if you can smash that like button for me. And we'll see you at the next time. Okay, now, there could be breaking news coming up. We're covering a lot of individuals. So if that breaking news comes up between now and the next time I see you, I will break it as always. But next time I see you, it's going to be for a fun thing, okay? We're going to do a fundraiser, all right? Now, it might be fun. It might be a court news show night. Who knows? But I need to beg for money this week, okay? I need gas money, all right? You've heard this story before, but I'm actually really going to go somewhere with this gas money versus you-know-who. All right, so I will be begging this week, but that's it. Just one time, and then we're off. We're off for court coverage, okay? And then we're off. We're set there. As soon as we leave for this court coverage, the court coverage tour has officially started, and I got a lot of cool stuff to show you. It's going to be a real tour, all right? We got merch. We got shirts. We got stickers. We got all sorts. Not yet. It's coming. But I got some stuff already going to be here in a few days, so I'll show you when it does come here, all right? Thank you, everybody, again, one more time. You guys have a great rest of your night. Stay safe. It's still Labor Day holiday for some of us, okay? So if you're going to go out and partay, just do it responsibly, all right? Love you guys. Head on a swivel. And I am officially going to be out of here. But wait, before I do, hold on. Sit your butts down. We got to do this the right way. All rise. Court is officially, wait, no. I got to make sure, you guys know what I mean. Court is officially adjourned. Have a nice night, guys. Now I can say it. NJCourts is officially out. Get it all of here. Love you guys. Peace.